Welcome back, dear viewers, and continuing our story on tourism in Egypt. And to shed more light, we were glad to be joined over the phone by Dr. Yahya Abdulqader, tourism expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Dr. Yahya, Egypt was ranked as a must-see country in 2022. Why is that?
Well, actually, Lonely Planet is a global travel guide that ranks tourist destinations as must-see according to country, city, or region.
Yes.
Egypt has been selected among the top 10 countries: Norway, Slovenia, Nepal, Mauritius, Oman, Malawi,
Yes.
due to its attractions and facilities. So we've been lucky to be on the top 10 of the 2022 as a nation selected by the audience and the viewers of the Lonely Planet Travel Guide.
Yes. When it comes to touristic sites and touristic attractions, Egypt is one of the most attractive tourist destinations around the world, with the warm weather and beautiful beaches, to the archaeology and our history of our pharaonic history in specific, and of course the Islamic and Coptic also archaeologies and tourism. Sir, how do you see Egypt? Why is it regarded as an attractive tourist destination, in your opinion?
Well, thank God, and we are fortunate that we are Egyptian and we live in this beautiful country. Egypt really enjoys a diversity of attractions. Number one, it's fair, like climate and weather year-round, apart from the chilly storms we had in St. Catherine, Baghdad, and Handy. Thank God the government and administration been capable of neutralizing the global pandemic, and that has been done through excessive vaccination and sanitization of facilities nationwide, hotels, airports, hospitality staff, as you mentioned, like cafe and shopping areas and arcades.
Yes.
So that's why we've been capable of receiving like visitors.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The current exchange rate really offers a value for money for visitors, and that's why you're considerable and affordable destination for visitors well ago.
Mm-hmm. Right. Dr. Yahya, what are, from your perspective, the most important archaeological discoveries that were discovered in 2021?
Actually, we had more than 20 discoveries, spread out, even around the 12 months of 2021.
Yes.
The first one was the Golden City that was located by the Egyptian mission in western bank of the Nile in Luxor, and it dates back to Amenemhat III. It's 3,000 years ago, and he belongs to the Middle Kingdom, the pharaoh himself. The city have three major quarters. First one, administrative and government. The second is workers and artisans. And the third quarter is a residential area for both groups. So really that has been, an amazing discovery. The city has been densely populated and labeled as the extension of Aton. It was well populated till the times of King Tut in the New Kingdom.
Yes.
The second discovery is the Dominican expedition, who discovered west of Alexandria, temple of Taposaurus Magna, and that belongs to the Greco-Roman era, and there was relics that they're working on it. Third, in Saqqara, Dr. Ola Agezi of the Cairo University expedition, she discovered the tomb of Bitawi, he's a treasurer of Ramesses II. And even last month, we had the last discovery in El Bahnasa, Minya. It's a tomb of a lady, and another tomb that contained a large limestone sarcophagus. It belongs to the 26th dynasty, the site period, and it's 2,500 years old. So this is apart from the Golden Parade, of the Egyptian queens and mummies that moved from the Tahrir Square up to Al-Fustat Museum for Civilization. And on November 25th, we had a spectacular Rams Avenue opening again after it has been shut down for 1,000 years, and the whole world media really enjoying this spectacular event on a global scale.
Yes, sure. Sir, Osiris in Egyptian mythology is illustrated as growing from a green tree. Sir, do you think this is related to Christmas?
Well, the Egyptian mythology, they were very proud, and prestigious about, Osiris, like the god of the eternity and the hereafter. And we know the mythology that, he was a good person, and his brother said, was the evil guy. And, his body, was distributed in 42 pieces. And then with the assistance and help of his beloved wife, Isis, she brought him back to life. So for them, Osiris was like a symbol, and the token for fertility, for birth, for resurrection. So they celebrated him as growing from a lush green tree, and sometimes associated with the Nile, with the sun disk, It was a very venerated god for them. So many people associate this with the new life and the new year and the new Christmas that we currently celebrate now.
Sir, ancient Egyptians were said to be the first to celebrate New Year's Eve. What's your take on that?
Well, from historians, they give us an image, of the annals of research and events. By the time Herodotus, the Greek historian that visited Egypt 500 BC, he labeled the Egyptians as a celebrating and festive nation. He listed around more than 280 festivals on the temples, like in Luxor and the western of Luxor as well. And all the major temples in Egypt, in Luxor, Edford, and Dara, they will hold the festivals year-round, celebrating, using food, drinking, dance, music, incense, and games. For example, the beginning of the Pharaonic year, was thought was the god of knowledge, information, and wisdom, and that was by the time associated with the rising star of the Cyrus and the flooding of the Nile, and that was in the summer. So that was one top celebration for them.
Yes.
Then after that, we have when the water, seeds down, they start, farming the land. So we have another celebration, for the winter season. And after 4 months, 6 months, in the spring and the summer, we have the harvest season as well. So this is another celebration. And then we come to Easter, which is, the first spring festival have been held in ancient Egypt, which we currently, call, Shamini Simini.
Dr. Yahya, how do you see the current touristic season here in Egypt, and what are your expectations for the next 3-4 months, the rest of the winter?
Well, actually, in the year 2020, we earned around $4 billion, but by end of 2021, we generated less than $9 billion in loss. This is a good record for the year after, the hardship and the global pandemic that's still affecting, the whole tourism, inflows, inbound and outbound worldwide, We're coming back to lockdown and restrictions, but we were fortunate because of the policy and strategy of the government and the Ministry of Tourism that we've been capable, of securing, our borders and ports and airports. And that's why currently we have a very good season. My friends in Luxor and Aswan, they send me cruises in the Nile, luxurious one, which is loaded with visitors. And then again, even in the Red Sea region, a resort. I have friends, they call me every day. So at the airports in Marsa Alam and Hagara and Sham, in Cairo, Luxor and Aswan, and Middle Egypt, like Mania and, Beni Suef, Fayoum. Inshallah, we're having an excellent season in this upcoming year. Egypt will enjoy, the fruit of hard work and labor.
Right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Yahya Abdulqader, tourism expert. Many thanks for your insight and Happy New Year, sir.